Welcome! We are back. Bo.
Senin.
And today we have a very fun one for us. We're going to be doing our Sheffield predictions. It's going to be interesting. It's honestly a really hard Sheffield to decide.
This one's going to be really difficult to figure out because it's just going to be it's anyone's game.
You have to go, we were talking about this before, you have to go 9 for 9.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You have to go 9 for 9. Obviously, I got my Corrupted Strength shirt on in a white monster. So
there we go.
We're going to be locked in.
We are locked in.
Not going to be as much rambling this time. We're going to get into sort of the more technical stuff. We're also going to be searching up and looking at people's data as we do it to make our decisions. I think it's best to lead off with our own personal decisions before we look through the numbers.
Yeah, our top three.
Yeah. We're not as experienced podcasters with finding data and figuring out sort of the rankings and stuff. So I think this will be a new challenge for us. It should be really fun. We have Open Powerlifting up on my computer, and hopefully you guys enjoy hearing our takes. So let us know what you think in the comments, and then if you're watching this after Sheffield, let's see how accurate we were.
Yeah, exactly. Because we will be doing a review afterwards to see how wrong we were and to see how well everybody did. Because, again, like we said, anyone's game, it could go completely differently than we think it's going to go.
Yeah.
It's that close. So go ahead and say your top three. Who are you thinking?
So I think off the bat, I'm feeling like
for men's and women's.
Looking at it already, I didn't know Kyo was doing it again. I'm thinking number one, just based on numbers and someone's training that I've followed consistently, it's going to be Perk. I have a feeling Perk is going to take number one. Mm-hmm. Not too much of a question about it. I think second, I have to go with Joe Bornstein.
Yeah.
Just because he's been such a powerhouse recently, and he also moved up a weight class, if I'm not wrong. That was a year ago. Sorry. I'm losing track of time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go second with Joe Bornstein. I think third.
This is the harder one.
Third is going to be difficult. I have a feeling it's going to be either, if we're looking at the numbers on Good Lift.
Yeah, we're looking at their opens right now, openings, which so many of them are opening right at or right below the world record. Almost I think there will be 190%.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I'm going to have to throw in a wild card because personally it's one of my favorite lifters. I want to see Gustav Hedlund do really well. I've monitored his training, and he's just an incredibly consistent lifter.
He shows up on the platform.
Exactly. Right? And I think the big thing here is a lot of the times it's not about lifting the most weight, but it's actually making your lifts. And he's always had a good selection when it comes to meet day. So I'm going to go third, Gustav Hedlund or Anthony McNaughton. And these are, to be honest, these are aligning with the Good Lift predictions as well, which we're looking at. But besides my personal biases towards certain individuals, it's kind of accurate. I want to see Gustav Hedlund do really well. I think then you're going to see that battle between Anthony McNaughton and Keenan Lee. And between those two guys, they both said they want to try and hit 1,000 kilos or above. I'm curious of how that's going to happen.
That was going to be my next question of do you think which of the two do you think will be 1,000? Because I'm firmly thinking McNaughton will.
I think it's going to be McNaughton as well.
Keenan is a little closer to. He might hit a 990.
Yes. Yeah.
Kind
of sucks that Bob Matthews isn't here either.
Dude, don't even get me started. It makes me so another Sheffield without my boy Bob. I was so furious that he wasn't at the last one.
Yeah.
And I'm just as furious because we were talking about our favorite lifters before. He's one of mine easily.
Yeah.
And bro, he would have put on because he would have guaranteed hit 1,000.
He's a silent giant. Like, he disappears for some time and shows up.
He was off all social media for like 6 months.
Yeah, and he just came back and was like, "Yo, this is how close I am." It's also kind of interesting
Rondo's not here.
seeing how many people are 2000s babies here. Like,
That's a good point. This is like an era.
it's an
Yeah.
era change.
It
I
is.
mean, the oldest guy on the roster is Jurens and Kjell were both born in 1988.
Damn, that's good. I think Jurens can technically go to Masters, right?
I think so. He's too good.
There's no. He would dominate Masters. Like, there's
Yeah.
no point. He only recently won a world championship too. Is the thing.
It would just be like a Mike Tyson versus newborn baby.
Coughing baby versus
Yeah.
nuclear bomb. No,
So,
that's fair.
going back to the main thing, I think third is either going to be Gustav Hedlund or Anthony McNaughton or Keenan Lee. Fourth, Russell Orhe. I think he also has the
Yes.
ability to take third.
His last squat was nutty.
Yeah. He's been doing really well, and I think for the longest time, like, people have always counted him out for some reason. I've never done that.
Yeah, some
Noticing
people
my
were
shirt.
thinking that some people were thinking that he was really done after he lost his spot,
Yeah, no,
which is not the case, I don't think.
Russell Orhe is an example of just like, do not let your situation define who you are, because he lost to Jurens last year, and he's now competing at Sheffield. I mean,
Yeah,
or no, he lost to Jurens.
2 years ago.
It was
I think.
two. Oh my god, dude!
Dude, it feels like the last year of powerlifting has actually flown by.
It's a blur. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was, and no hate to Jurens, like, he absolutely earned that, but that was an upset.
Yeah, that was a huge
That
upset.
was an upset.
I think everyone was kind of expecting Russ to take it.
To run away.
Yeah, I think they were expecting Russ to take it. I feel that in this upcoming competition, you can't count Russ out. He's going to do some crazy
He
shit.
makes incremental gains so consistently. Like, he never stops gaining.
Yeah.
Even if it's small pieces at a time, he's really good at just, like, ice picking away at his numbers. I think he's going to do well.
Put some respect on Russ's name, bro.
Literally.
Bo, over to you.
Yeah. Of course, I think Austin.
Yeah.
No hate to Austin, obviously. I'm not, like, the biggest Austin Perkins guy, but even I can see, like, dude is going to win.
Yeah.
He is an amazing athlete, and he just consistently hits over the world record in training, which is ridiculous. He, like, not even, like, before even peaking, I think he was hitting some of those.
He's a strong lifter, and he's also a consistent lifter. And
Very
both of those
consistent.
are extremely dangerous.
Yeah, and he's kind of had his way with his weight class for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Next, honestly, after one, it could literally go to so many people after one.
Yeah.
I think I usually would agree with Bornstein. Bornstein's crazy. I think some people can surprise us. I honestly think Orhe could go as high as 2 if people don't hit all lifts.
That's not crazy to say.
If Bornstein, Gustav, and McNaughty hit 8 out of 9s, there's a good chance.
Yeah.
But there's a good chance Gustav won't hit an 8 out of 9. I believe in Gustav to hit a 9.
I would say I'm confident to say that Gustav's going to hit 9 out of 9.
He's great at selection, at weight selection.
I think the thing that you're going to look at here is you have some guys who are really, really strong. And you have some guys that are really consistent as well.
Yeah. Like, McNaughty, my only worry about him is, like, he's never been to a Sheffield, right?
No.
He's never dealt, and I obviously have faith in him, but he's never dealt with this high level of competition. That might throw him off a bit.
Might throw him off a little bit.
But these guys are also all world champions. You know,
Yeah.
they're going to do fine. I usually have McNaughty as second or third, honestly. And
Let me check his. I need this. Let me check.
what's his training total? I wonder. I think it's pretty ridiculous.
Okay, I love the fact that you search up his name and he's the first person there.
That is Aura.
So he did juniors in 2022, and
19.
Yeah, he totaled 1900, there. And most recently, he totaled 2150. These are in pounds, by the way. If for all my people over there, if you want to like do your conversions.
Your conversions, yeah.
But that's what it shows here.
He's creeping up on that 600 dots.
Yeah. He's at 590 right now.
He hit a 590. Look, he hit a 593 a little before that. He must have been weighed a little less.
That was at Open Nationals as well.
That makes sense.
And you are correct. He weighed 0.2 kilo, 0.2 pounds, 0.2 pounds less. So I'm interested.
That changed his dots that much? He must have lifted a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely he lifted more there. I think the big thing is
his deadlift was better.
When you go to Worlds and with IPF meets in general, it's more about making your lifts count than it is going for like the big numbers. I think there are people that take risks and there are people that want to be more conservative. I think he's going to be able to handle the pressure. He's always done so well, and with Keenan right behind him, he's going to push.
Yeah, what's nice is there's almost every weight class has someone pushing him. Which we love. We love that.
We'll be getting into the women's side of 100%. Sheffield next as well.
I will say there are some names missing from here.
There are some names missing from here.
So big one is Jesus.
Yep.
But did you watch his recent video on the?
I did see his most recent video.
Completely understandable. Guy's been through a lot.
He's been through a lot. Like you said, for him, he wasn't good enough to get through. It's part of the sport. I know he's going to be back, and he's going to better. He's going to be lifting some crazy stuff this year. I'm willing to bet you. I think he might go. I think he's coming for Ray Williams' record.
Dude, that would be.
Didn't he already set it? If I'm not wrong.
I'm pretty sure Ray Williams was his most recent one over Ray. Because which by the way, I heard so many people saying that he would not hit another world record.
Yeah, no.
It's ridiculous.
People said he was out of his prime. So Ray hit 1,052.7.
I think he's got Ray's.
So keep that number in mind. 1,052.7. No, he's 20 pounds under.
Dude, he's coming for that. He's coming.
He can definitely do that.
He's coming for that.
Yep.
I definitely. It's the same thing with the Russ situation.
Wait. We said 1,052, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Correction. He actually beat that
at the recent one, right?
Yep. He recently beat that.
See, that's the one I was so glad that I'm so glad he did the Ray Williams one at that comp specifically because that was the one that everybody was saying, like, there's no shot he sets another world record. Yeah. Like what they were saying about Thor and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there are some big squatters coming out of the UK as well. In the equipped section recently at Equipped Nationals, I know Ray Bowring squatted 500 kilos.
Oh, I did see, and it was easy.
Yeah.
I saw that video. That went up fast. No, that's fair. He's a very strong person. Also, another person, the person that I personally think is like the next stage of powerlifting, Timur.
Yeah.
Timur.
He's been moving in silence, and I've been seeing, like, he's been doing some crazy volume. He
does like 60 sets.
Yeah, he dropped a lot of weight as well. So.
Oh, really? Did he change weight class?
Yeah, he went from open to, let me find it.
Oh my God, if he went down a weight class, he's just murdering everyone.
So I mean.
Who's going to stand up to him?
He's lost a lot of weight.
Really? Let me see. Damn, you're right.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you're right. He really did lose a lot of weight.
Yeah. So.
That might actually affect his lifts.
Not really. He's been, well.
We haven't seen anything maximal from him in a while. Because he doesn't do any maximal training.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see what he does next.
What I love about him is he's a really good example of just monotonous, over and over, like the Bruce Lee thing of I fear a man that's trained the same kick 1,000 times. That's to me. Yeah. He just cares about refining every lift until it's perfect. And I love that about him.
It's perfect. Let's move on to the women's side of Sheffield.
Let's get to the women's.
Okay.
Here we go.
Please.
No! Fuck! God damn it, bro.
And
And we're back.
We are back for the third time because for some reason it keeps shutting off and we've had technical issues. But we're back.
Yes,
and
we are here.
It's a perfect transition because we are going to discuss the women's side of Sheffield now.
Exactly, which is pretty damn tough. Not as hard as the male side, I don't think, to find out who's going to be winning, but it's still really close, except for number one. Which
I think this is just a hunch, just based on the numbers. Brittany Schlater, she deserves it.
Yeah.
I saw her recently pull 288 in competition, or not in competition, in training. She has been doing really well this block. I think she deserves to go first, just based on numbers and what she's been doing recently.
I would agree.
I think Sunita's going to get a squat record if she doesn't get a depth call like what happened at the World Games, but it's going to be really interesting to see the battle between those two.
Yeah, I unfortunately have to say that Schlater will beat her.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and I am a Sonita fan.
Same.
I'm a big Sonita fan, and she will mog and squat as she usually does. She's starting almost 20 kg more in squat, which is ridiculous. But then for second is pretty tough. You could go Alba.
You could go Alba,
but I think you have your sights on someone else.
I'm very much interested in what Evie Corrigan does.
You're going Evie.
I think
that's where I was going to go.
Yeah,
I was going to go Evie second as well because she's the only one that I saw starting above the world record.
Yeah, I think she's been a sleeper the past few years.
Yeah,
and I have a feeling that she's going to do really well this year.
Yeah, I think she could get anywhere from like fifth to second.
Yeah. I mean, you also have to look at what Carlina Tongate is doing as well. She's been extremely strong, and I think she's coming into this well prepared.
She's starting off with a heavy squat.
Yeah. Mainly for me, I'm super interested in the battle between Heather Connor and Tiffany Chapon.
Yeah.
Both of them are extremely close to each other, and all it is going to take one person to mess up for someone to move forward.
It's another they need to go 9-9.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the two highlights of the women's division are going to be Sunita versus Schlater and Heather versus Tiffany.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun to watch. And then for my third, I probably would go someone like Heather. If not her, maybe Alba. For me, it's between Tiffany, Heather, and Alba for my third. I do think Evie's going to show up and be crazy.
I would agree with you on that.
Yeah. And we have a large diversity of countries, too.
Yeah.
On here.
We have a lot.
Nice.
I think the biggest representation here is the United States.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Heather Connor, Megan Scanlon, and Amanda Lawrence.
What's Megan Scanlon's stuff like?
She's pretty strong.
Crazy right now?
Yeah. She's really strong.
Yeah.
I was actually checking her stuff out yesterday.
What's her weight class?
This is why we check it beforehand. Let me see.
I got you. I'll check the weight class.
Recently, some of her recent lifts, she did. She hit a bodyweight PR, and she hit 451 on squat.
Oh my gosh!
January 17th.
As a 60.
And she also did 463 for a double on deadlift. Pounds, by the way. Freedom units.
If she hit 463 for a double in kilos,
that's over.
She's
been extremely strong.
Yeah, she's got some great numbers.
I think that she could place within the top 5 as well. I'm excited to see what she's able to do.
I can definitely get that. I can go with that. I could see her 4th or 5th. Yeah, I think 1st through 5th in no particular order other than Schlater. It's going to be like Schlater, Sunita, Evie, Heather, and Tiffany probably. Those are probably the 5 people.
I would agree.
Yeah. Other than that, and after that, it does take a bit of a dip, but I mean, everybody here is gonna go crazy. It's Sheffield. There's no one weak at Sheffield.
There's no one weak at Sheffield.
No.
To even qualify for it, you have to be within what, like 95% of the world record.
Yeah, literally.
You also have a few reserves. Bobby Butters, one of the cooler lifters from the UK.
There we go.
I love seeing her lifts on my feed. She's always so energetic.
Let me check one out real quick.
She's extremely strong. I know that she recently competed at the World Games as well. So that's going to be interesting to see her lift.
Butter Bobby. And then we also have Ziana for...
Ziana Azaria, if I'm pronouncing
and
that
what are
correctly.
those again? That's the people that can be called on?
Yeah, they're
reserves.
They're reserves, I believe.
That makes sense.
So in case someone messes up, they're able to step in. And messes up as in if someone gets injured or isn't able to compete.
Weight.
Yes, exactly.
What was it? We had a couple years ago a weight scare at the World Games or something. Like there were a few people that were really close to not making weight.
Yeah, I know last Sheffield, Waskar Carpio was pretty... he had some weight cut complications, but he still did.
Oh yeah, I like her energy. I'm seeing these pictures. I like her energy.
She's really cool.
Thank God she can celebrate.
Yeah.
It's going to be we're going to see some crazy grinds at Sheffield too. It's just going to be. That's what's great about Sheffield is just every lift's a spectacle because everything's a world record attempt basically.
Yep.
It's always so fun to watch.
Yeah, it's always going to be so cool.
And honestly, I think my favorite thing to watch in the women's side are like the super heavyweights.
I would agree.
They're just they just move crazy weight.
Yeah, Brittany is a huge inspiration for me with what she's posted about moving through mental health and training. I know my this prep for IPF Small Nations has been one of the more difficult ones in my life, just between like a little bit of depression and just externals being a little bit difficult, but just seeing her power through and like finding her groove is so inspiring, and I think a lot of people can resonate with that.
100%. Yeah, I mean that's what's great about powerlifting is usually the mental aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's great. She's powered through a lot. She deserves this win.
I would agree.
But those are our top 5 for the Sheffield.
Yes.
For each side, top 3 to top 5. Gone over a few of the crazy things we think are going to happen. We think McNaughton will probably get the 1,000.
I would agree.
I think Sonita will probably get the world record squat.
Yeah.
Do you think Schlater's going to be breaking... Which records do you think Schlater's going to beat?
Schlater, I think she's obviously going to beat the deadlift record.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to say obviously because I have full confidence that she's able to execute that.
I believe that too.
I'm also extremely interested to see how Alba Bostrom is going to do at Sheffield. I have seen her training, and she's also quite a strong lifter. She's projected 3rd just with her openers.
Yeah, that's why I was putting her around there, just because like her openers are crazy.
Yeah. Let me do a little recap of her training actually, just to make sure. She's gonna be battling Megan Scanlon. So
that's gonna be fun.
Yes.
That's gonna be really fun.
Both of them are really strong. I think Alba is gonna have the advantage on her though. She's just been looking extremely powerful. And sorry, I had a little brain fart. Her quote from King of the Lifts from January 21st was, "I'm on a revenge arc from last Sheffield that has fueled me the entire year." So I think she's going to win that battle. Yeah, personally,
she's hungry.
Yeah. I think the Swedish lifters, her and Gustav Hedlund.
That's a good point. Yeah. Swedish lifters go crazy at these world comps.
Yep. I remember there was a guy a few years ago. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Cal Johansson. He is such a strong guy. I know he's coming back from I think some injuries, but he is just powerful, and he recently hit an all-time PR at 649 or 295 kilos.
What's his weight?
He's a 74 kg.
Damn. Yeah, that's a really nice squat.
Yep. He was the open world champion in 2023, and he's awesome. I love seeing his resilience.
Yeah, Albrecht's just easy doing a 230 kg dead. Like,
yeah.
that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That went up so easy for, like,
Yep.
she's going to mog, and she's doing like 200 kg squat for reps.
Sweden is going to be a force to be reckoned with here. I think
agree.
when you see the fight between the UK and the United States, you have to put Sweden in there as well. I mean,
I agree.
all three of those are extremely strong countries. You have one guy coming out of Lebanon, though.
Ooh.
I think his name... I saw him last year. It's Etienne El Shire.
I've heard
He's
of him.
so strong.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I'm excited to see what he does at Sheffield.
Dude, Gus versus...
Yeah.
Oh, wait, sorry, go on.
I would see him projected in the top 5 as well. I think it's going to be a very even playing field. It's almost we have some clear top 3s, but within the top 5, it's so subjective.
Room for movement.
There's so much room for movement this competition.
I just thought about it. It's Gustav versus Orhi.
Yeah.
That's going to be a crazy battle.
Yeah. The Battle of the 93s, it always happens somewhere.
Actually, you're right, actually. The Battle of the 93s is always crazy.
The 93s have always had, like, a war going on.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's cool to see the 83s get more competitive as well, because you're going to have Jurens and Borenstein as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a really fun... I've got Borenstein for that.
Yeah.
But Jurens is no slouch.
I'm interested to see on the women's side as well, because this is fair game for a lot of the lifters.
Mm-hmm. People can sneak up if someone overshoots.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with Heather Connor placing in the top 5. I think Tiffany Chapone is going to be in the top 5. But, again, this is all up in the air. I mean, we just have to see how the first attempts go. And I think on the women's side, it's just going to be a battle overall. Everyone's going to be scraping for those positions.
I think it's going to be... These openers are going to be so heavy, and I think they're going to move so quick, is the scary thing.
That's the thing I'm not prepared for. I think, like, just
they're
seeing...
They're going to fly.
Yeah. Powerlifting has grown so much since I've started competing.
Yeah, just the last 5 to 7 years.
6, 7 years. Joking. Yeah, it's going to be really cool to see how far this sport gets pushed, because I don't even think we've seen the limits of powerlifting yet. I think it's going to be really cool to see how this sport continues to develop over the next few years and even going into the 2030s, because I mean, this is an open sport. Anyone can join it. And I think anyone is going to be able to push the limits of what's possible.
I agree, especially because it's like people are getting so strong. People are finally getting into it earlier. Like we were looking at this, so many of these people were born in the 2000s. Not in the women's. The women's, a lot of them were born in the 90s and 80s. But on the men's side, like I think most of them were born in the 2000s. And the expectations for strength are going up. And the talent pool is just getting so much bigger. That was always the thing holding powerlifting back, in my opinion. It's just a small talent pool.
Yeah. I saw a reel where it said something like when Taylor Atwood won his first title, I think Joe Borenstein was like in 5th grade or something.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Don't quote me for that. I don't really remember the video super well.
Regardless if it's that much of an age gap, and Borenstein's... Because Atwood was trying to come back at Nationals last year, right?
I think he's coming for it again this year. He's the king of consistency.
Yeah.
I mean,
Atwood always...
Sorry.
No. I was just agree. Atwood always just comes back stronger and stronger. He's a lot like Orhi, where he just chips away constantly.
I want to see him and Orhi go at it again.
Yeah, that would be really fun. That would be really, really fun.
I'm also interested to see him and Perkins. I don't think or he's gonna go back down.
I don't. I think he's been so long at that weight class that he kind of probably is naturally a little heavier now.
Yeah, it's the same thing that happened with Pana. I know Pana's moving up a weight class.
Yes, he is.
Which
will be really interesting to see how he does.
I think he has a big gap to fill, but I'm excited to see what he's capable of. He's just a chill dude. I saw his video with White Lights Media, and he was just hanging out. I know that Monster actually is trying to get back into powerlifting.
Are they?
Yeah, Monster's trying to get into more of like the powerlifting side of stuff. They sent him a bunch of cans.
Oh, that's
so
sick.
He's just like, I will have like 3 of these a day, basically.
Monster seems like it should be intertwined with powerlifting. Let's be real.
I think the big thing for powerlifting to develop, and this might be moving away from our Sheffield predictions. I think that's
we've gone over everything.
Closed the hatch on that. I think that the big thing for powerlifting to develop is we need more exhibition powerlifting. Like Sheffield is an exhibition competition.
I agree. Stuff to just show off.
There's a difference between competition and exhibition. And you can have an exhibition competition, and you can have a competition that's just a competition.
Yeah.
I think what ABS is doing, where it's highlighting a select few of athletes, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think we need more events like that, like either like team-based lifts where each person does a lift and tries to combine the biggest total possible.
That's really fun.
Where like you have one person do each, like you have one person per lift. Mm-hmm. I think that would be super cool. I just think powerlifting needs to break out a little bit more, because from what I've heard a lot of people say who aren't in the powerlifting community is it can be boring to watch sometimes.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, because at least with most other strength sports like strongman or CrossFit, they're moving. It's pretty fun to watch.
It's constant movement. Yeah. Powerlifting is like the golf of the strength world, and I love watching powerlifting regardless. I don't find it boring. No. I also don't really find golf boring, but I can see where people are coming from for it.
If you don't know the rules, it just looks like a bunch of people doing the same thing over and over.
Exactly. Yeah. And like even when you look at Olympic weightlifting, the thing that draws people to it is just more dynamic movements.
Exactly. It's more expression type in the athletes than what's usually possible in powerlifting, which is why I love seeing people showing off their own certain like when you really get deep into powerlifting, you start looking at how it's like, oh, that guy's deadlift's a little weird. I like that, just like looking at everyone's particular tech.
It's like that one dude from Guyana last year at Worlds where he does that little step in, step out thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was really funny. I like that. Yep. We can't beat the sumo stereotype.
Dude, that one really put a nail in the coffin for it, honestly.
Yeah.
I really like what you said about, I never thought about 3 people teaming up to do greatest total.
I've heard about it.
That would be so fun, because I'm a deadlift specialist, as we all know.
Yeah.
If I found someone that could bench as well as I deadlift and we could combine that,
yeah,
bro, that'd be fun.
And sorry.
No, I was gonna say, it's ABS doing that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I've seen some stuff about it.
That's fair.
When you get big brands like Monster, just saying, I could use a little restock. If anyone is connected with Monster, please reach out to us.
Hit us up. There we go.
I think when you see these big brands trying to involve themselves in like such a niche sports community, that really shows how much the sport's trying to develop. Because we're nowhere near the level of like what the Olympics are, or like what, say, football or American football is.
No, we're still very niche. My mom still calls me a bodybuilder.
Yes, yeah. Or the go-to one I think every powerlifter can relate to is when you say you do powerlifting, they're like, oh, is that the one where it goes overhead? No, it's not.
It's not.
I get the confusion, but there's a reason it's called Olympic weightlifting.
Yeah, they're different. I will say, though, low-key powerlifting should be strength lifting.
Are we gonna get into this?
This
debate
may
now?
be that's for the hot takes video.
Oh,
That's for the hot
yeah,
takes
yeah,
video.
yeah. I think we should. I think we should hold.
I saw your eyes shift to a very opinionated.
I think that's gonna be a very
That's a
cool
long one.
discussion.
Yeah, we're gonna have a hot takes video sometime to just go over different things we're thinking of, but that would be an interesting one.
I think that's gonna be a solid 3 hours.
Dude, we're just gonna be yapping the whole time, especially the more people we get on.
That's gonna get so heated.
It's gonna turn into a COD lobby.
Yeah, minus
the slurs.
Yeah. But I think for powerlifting to do really well, I think there's a few modifications that need to happen. I think there's a place for competition powerlifting. It's just like drag racing versus Formula One. You have Formula One being like more. I say Formula One's more of like a performance and competition sport, and then like with drag racing, it's just strict rules. It's straight.
Yeah.
It's a straight line. It's different sort of things. I feel like it would be really cool to kind of turn powerlifting, and this is like a weird connection, but making it more kind of like an F1 thing, where you have like sort of crews and like groups of people doing specific events over the course of a few days. Because I think the thing with strongman is
I was about to say, that's more strongman-esque.
the thing that happens with strongman is there's so much more variety. I think it would be cool to see like sumo lifters pulling conventional and seeing conventional lifters pulling sumo, and then people trying out specific things under different rules. That would be really fun to watch.
Yeah, that would be really fun. Put people in outside their comfort zones.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
I think
That's what's great about strongman. It's the most uncomfortable sport imaginable.
It's unpredictable, and I think with powerlifting is especially predictable. In some ways, we do have upsets, but it's not nearly as much as say like with the 2014 World Cup where everyone thought Brazil was going to beat Germany and they lost
Well,
like,
it's like
7-0.
Yeah, it's like you said with the economic way of looking at powerlifting. It's very data driven.
It's very data driven and it's extremely predictive. I
Yeah.
mean, you're able to kind of guesstimate who's going to do what. I mean, you literally have like on the screen, we have the attempt numbers. We also have people's like lifting history.
Yeah.
So
You go through all the data and you compile it all to say the most likely outcome. It's a lot like you do with the stock market or economy and everything.
yeah.
It's just cooler.
I think like also when you look at other sports, they do use a lot of models and data to help players optimize their performance. Like I was looking into some stuff with some research I'm doing for a class, and I put a form out about AI usage in powerlifting, and I saw some very strong opinions against it, and I saw that most people were kind of neutral about it, where they were more uncomfortable than comfortable with AI usage. But my thing is, personally, it depends on how you use it, and I also feel that it's about where it's being used specifically. If you're using it to just create a program out of the blue, I would strongly disagree with that. You should get a different coach if you're doing that. But I think when it comes down to small models and like forecasting, a lot of people said it doesn't take into account like external factors, which I can agree with. But at the same time, I also do feel like it's important to kind of see some guidelines where it's just like loose guidelines. When you know how when you make a graph like with a scatter plot and you put like the line of best fit.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to base your training off of the line of best fit if your training's more like a scatter plot, but it can help you align your data points a lot better.
Yeah, and the thing about with competition that's so different with powerlifting to a lot of other sports is that you have to act in the moment with most sports, whereas you decide what you're gonna hit, and it's based totally on like what you have prepared to do for this exact moment and how well you can replicate everything you've done.
You decide it, or your coach decides it.
Yeah, or your coach decides it.
But either way, the thing is,
It's
You-
replicating what you've been doing.
You are using data sheets and predictions to help you optimize your performance in a competition. So why wouldn't you use something that gives you some suggestions? I have a friend that developed an AI model specifically for powerlifting,
That's sick.
and it can give like small responses and stuff like that. And obviously, you need a lot of data for it to be based off of, and we need to see how AI develops over the next like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
But I could see it as being a use in powerlifting, but I also understand where people are uncomfortable of it being used.
I've been kind of shifting my opinion to where I kind of think it might be better for more experienced lifters than newer ones. Only
Yes.
because AI is so input dependent. You have to tell it the things,
Yeah.
the correct things in the correct wording, in the correct order in order to get the answers you need. And most newer people, I think they're scared of that because they don't know what to ask it. They don't know what info to get from it and what's going to be correct and what's not.
Exactly.
Whereas we can parse through it and decide what we actually want to be asking.
I think once you're like a year or two into the sport, it might be useful because you have 2 years of data to work off of. But I think that it absolutely should not replace a coach, and it absolutely should not be used just specifically to make a program.
No, it's programs are so specific and so just multifaceted.
Yep.
Because you don't just think of a program as, oh, I made this, I'm going to do this for the next 3 months. It's like, well, I'm in this stage of training, which means I need to do this. This is my hypertrophy phase. This is my volume phase. This is my strength phase. I need to make sure I'm doing these exercises for it. Well, now
Exactly.
and then you also have to look at yourself, and AI can't really tell you what has changed in your body as much as you and your coach can.
I think the big thing as well is there's so much info on YouTube that it would be good to feed some models like
That's a fair point.
YouTube videos of
All of Matt Benna's content.
load Matt Venice content into that. That would be amazing. I think he'd love that.
Yeah, honestly.
But I think it would be cool to have different opinions
Mhm.
and have an AI model analyze it and give like some brief summaries of different perspectives. So that way it simplifies those perspectives that users can get instant answers.
Like RPE selection.
That's
a good way for it.
I would agree. I think the big thing I saw with people is some people want to use it for RPE, some people don't, because I think it's extremely hard for an AI model to gauge RPE. That's such a human thing.
It's so
with
specific
intensity.
to how you pull and how you squat. Because some people, you probably saw that video because Matt Vanna reviewed it, but there was this guy where it's like work up to my warm up for my comp.
Yeah, and he was just like RPE 8 the entire time.
Exactly, but then you look at his actual comp and he pulled 70 more pounds.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, some people it looks hard and it just isn't. And effort is a very abstract concept to calculate because what do you really count as effort?
Yeah.
Really?
And I think it's hard for, let's say, like a robot or an AI model to replicate that or understand it.
Yeah.
There's some things I truly believe that are specifically human, and that an AI model cannot attempt to understand it.
Does like a lifting version of the Turing test
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, there was that test. Have you heard? You know the Turing test?
I think I've heard about it. Can you remind me?
Yeah, it's basically to where they have an interrogator and they have a man and a woman in different rooms. The original.
Yes.
Yeah, and the man.
Torture.
No. This isn't that one. That's not the electrocution one. I know what you're talking about.
Sorry, I jumped the gun on that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That one's crazy. This is to where the woman, and they're speaking on like an old form of Skype, basically, so they can't, or like text chat, so they can't see each other. The woman is trying to convince the interrogator that they're a woman, and the man is trying to convince the interrogator that they're the woman, and they know there's only one. And then halfway through the experiment, the man is replaced by a machine with the same objective. And if the machine actively fools the interrogator, it is shown human-like intelligence.
That's terrifying.
So, and what's even crazier is failing the test doesn't matter, because a human could easily fail it by not convincing him that he's the female.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you could like simulate some kind of lifting one because a lot of the problems with it are if you ask it a question about senses, it can't answer because it doesn't have senses.
Exactly.
And so if you ask your ChatGPT about effort, RPE, and all that, well, it doesn't register effort. It registers if I can do that or not.
I think that's kind of, yeah, that would be an interesting use for it. I think that's kind of terrifying. Though.
It's a little spooky.
And to be honest, like I didn't think about that perspective, but I can understand why people would be uncomfortable with AI usage like that because it goes back into like the uncanny valley sort of theory.
Exactly.
We're getting really deep into
it. We are.
It goes back to the uncanny valley thing of this looks like it's human, but it's not, and it's freaking me out. Where at one point on the Earth, we went so far from Sheffield predictions.
We'll stop in a sec, but yeah.
We'll stop in a sec. I think this is a really good topic.
About mental health and everything.
Yeah, I think this goes into that, and like to get out of a hurricane, you have to go through the eye, right?
Yeah.
I think a long time ago there were multiple species of human on the planet,
like Neanderthals and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Say you're a Homo sapien and you get lost from your group and you meet up again with humans, but something's off about them and they're a completely different
like their
species.
Foreheads are bigger.
Their foreheads are bigger and you can't properly communicate with them.
It's freaky.
It's scary. And I think that's where our fear
of the unknown.
Fear of AI is coming from. Because it's one of the next evolutions.
Yeah.
And it's something that we don't know how to handle properly. And I think that it's important that it's kept as basically our servant instead of people. You have to use it as a servant and not be reliant off of it.
Yeah, you have to be able to form your own opinions and like ideas without instantly going to ChatGPT.
So tying this back to like powerlifting specifically, I think that's where people get scared about it because it's giving like slightly off answers to people and it's scaring them.
Yeah.
And I can understand where that uncomfortableness comes from. I know some people that have very radical opinions on AI. And
both sides, yeah.
Both sides. And I think that finding somewhere in the middle where humans are in control of it and aren't using it just for programs or like say like looking at RPE, I think there should be specific regulations and ethical considerations put forth before it starts to be an active thing.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that.
I think it could be revolutionary for programming and helping clients, but only if it's used in proper ways.
Yeah, again, it's the hard part about implementing AI is implementing it correctly.
I would agree.
It's because it's an easy AI is cool because it's an easy tool to use actively. The hard part is using it correctly.
Yeah, and that's the issue. It's like the next nuclear bomb.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I think
we'll leave it off on that.
I think we'll leave it off on that.
All right.
I'm excited for Sheffield tomorrow. I'm getting up early.
Yes, it's tomorrow. It will be so cool. I'm very excited.
Yep.
What time does it start?
7:30 a.m. Pacific time.
Ooh, I might have to. I'll get up a little early. Watch some of that before my shift.
Yep.
That'll be fast. And dude, we could be. What's great about this Sheffield is we could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
With how close it is.
Yeah.
We could literally wake up tomorrow, film our next pod, and be like, well, we were wrong.
I hope I get proved wrong.
I would love to see a bunch of upsets, honestly. Yeah. It would be really cool.
It's anyone's game.
As long as no one gets injured.
It's anyone's game, and that's powerlifting. I mean,
literally.
It's part of it. So I think the next episode you'll see is our post-comp reaction.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. We're going to be signing off.
Yes, sir. Right. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Peace.